In the heart of the American Great Plains, a profound tragedy unfolded during the 1930s. This was the Dust Bowl, a man-made ecological catastrophe intertwined with natural forces. It stands as a stark reminder of humanity's fragile relationship with the environment. The land, once seen as limitless, turned against its inhabitants. Millions of acres of fertile topsoil simply blew away. This era etched itself into the national consciousness, forever altering lives and landscapes. It was a period of immense suffering and unprecedented environmental devastation. The very air became an enemy, thick with the earth itself. The roots of the Dust Bowl lay in the preceding decades. During World War I, high wheat prices encouraged farmers to plow up the vast tracts of native grassland. The deep-rooted prairie grasses, which had held the soil in place for millennia, were systematically removed. This great plow-up transformed the ecosystem. Millions of acres of virgin sod were converted into farmland. Farmers, often new to the region, adopted intensive dryland farming techniques. They believed the rains would always come, ignoring the semi-arid nature of the plains. This agricultural expansion was driven by economic opportunity and a lack of ecological understanding. Then, the rains stopped. A severe drought gripped the region beginning in 1931 and persisting for years. Without the protective cover of grass or adequate rainfall, the exposed topsoil became pulverized. The relentless winds of the plains then took over, lifting the fine, dry earth into colossal clouds. These were not ordinary dust storms, they were black blizzards. Some rose thousands of feet into the air, darkening the sky for days. They carried millions of tons of soil across states, even reaching the Atlantic Ocean. The scale of these atmospheric events was unprecedented and terrifying. Daily life became an unimaginable struggle. Homes were infiltrated by fine dust, coating everything in a gritty film. Food, water, and even breath were contaminated. People wore masks and goggles, yet the dust still found its way into lungs, causing widespread respiratory illnesses like dust pneumonia. Children walked to school in near darkness, guided by ropes. Farmers watched their livelihoods literally blow away, their fields barren and their livestock suffocating. The psychological toll was immense as hope dwindled with each passing dust storm. The land that sustained them now threatened their very existence. As conditions worsened, millions were forced to abandon their homes. Families packed what little they could into dilapidated cars, heading west, primarily to California. These migrants, often derisively called Okies and Arkies, faced immense hardship and discrimination. They sought work that rarely materialized. Their journey was fraught with peril, their destination often unwelcoming. The Dust Bowl migration represented one of the largest internal displacements in American history. It reshaped demographics and highlighted the vulnerability of a population dependent on a fragile agricultural system. Their stories became a testament to human resilience. The federal government under President Franklin D. Roosevelt eventually recognized the crisis. New Deal programs were implemented to combat the disaster and aid its victims. The Civilian Conservation Corps planted millions of trees to create windbreaks, a monumental effort to stabilize the soil. The Soil Conservation Service, established in 1935, taught farmers new techniques. Contour plowing, terracing, and crop rotation were introduced to prevent erosion. These initiatives marked a fundamental shift in agricultural policy, emphasizing sustainable land management. It was a slow, arduous process of healing the land. The Dust Bowl eventually subsided with the return of more consistent rainfall in the late 1930s. However, its legacy endures. It served as a harsh lesson in ecological balance and the consequences of unsustainable practices. The disaster underscored the interconnectedness of human activity and natural systems. Today, the lessons of the Dust Bowl remain profoundly relevant. As climate change brings new challenges, understanding this historical catastrophe is crucial. It reminds us of the fragility of our environment and the imperative of responsible stewardship. The dust may have settled, but its echoes continue to inform our future.